Hi YouTube, this is Angela Nunn. I am doing my first video for my brand new YouTube channel, 22 Day Revolution. And basically, I'm going to track my progress for the next 22 days. I have read the book. It is about the plant-based diet program, and it's not really a diet, it's more of a lifestyle change. And I consider myself almost a vegetarian as it is. I eat meat and lean meats once, maybe twice a week, but for the most part, I'm vegetable based anyway. I'll do a green smoothie for breakfast and typically some type of salad or vegetable for lunch. And then for dinner, I have vegetables and some type of lean meat. Typically, I would say twice a week, and that's normally on my husband's off days, which are standardly Sunday and Monday. Because he's obviously a meat eater, he's not a part of this plan. He is willing to eat more vegetables, but he's not willing to stop eating junk food. And he is I gotta have bread person. He's a gotta have a dessert person, and I think a lot of that comes from us being from the Midwest, and we now live here in California, and there's a lot of options when it comes to food. And we don't eat seafood, so that limits us on what we can and cannot eat, basically. And we love restaurants. We're big foodies, and I have gone through the process of losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. It really gets old. I am currently, I think 255 was the last time I checked, which was Sunday, and today is Tuesday. So as of Sunday, I was 255. And so my reason for starting this program is, one, to lose weight, two, to get just to be more healthy. I am, according to the book, which I have the digital version on my iPad. According to this book, we are supposed to follow the recipes that are given. You do not have to do every single recipe. If there's something you don't like, you can substitute for another item on another day. And some of the recipes, some of the meals seem to repeat. There's not a lot of repetition, but some of them do repeat. And so I'm going through the process. I have the book here, and so I read through everything. It requires or suggests 30 to 45 minutes of working out, whether it be walking or actual exercise of some sort. Now, walking, I don't have a problem with. I'm here in California. We have great weather 95% of the time. But I want to alternate that with the Jane Fonda original workout, which is extremely old, I know. But I grew up on Jane Fonda's workout. My mom used to do it every day when I was younger, and she had a group at work, and they used to work out on their lunch hour. They would do the Jane Fonda workout, and she did it to the album. There was no video. There was an actual album with Jane Fonda on it, and she would take it to work along with her record player and play this album, and they would work out to it at lunch. I mean, that's crazy, but she used to do it every day. And I recall her always being able to eat whatever she wanted to eat, and she still lost or kept her weight off. She averaged around a 7 or an 8. And so, I've started, I would say that my heaviest was 258 pounds. And I was wearing a tight 18. And then I lost about, I'm going to say about 70 pounds, 70-ish. I went from a type 18 to a type 14, and some 12s, depending on how they were cut. So I lost a lot of weight. In that process, though, I would say not starved myself, but I don't think it was the best way to lose the weight. I lost it, it came off, and I used the bariatric shakes to get the weight off. So I replaced 2 meals with bariatric shakes, and in between those meals, if I was hungry, I would eat some type of vegetable. Typically a salad with a low-fat or fat-free dressing of some sort, or steamed vegetables mixed, or something of that nature. But I did not have, I had meat, I'm going to say once a week, and so the weight did come off. The problem is that as soon as I started integrating regular food into my diet, I started to pick the weight back up. And so here I sit at 255. It's distributed differently than it used to be, but it's still there. I will post pictures of me at my heaviest, and how round my face was. So I've lost weight, and then I'll also show a picture of when I lost the weight, and you can see the difference. So that's pretty much it. So tomorrow I am going to start my diet officially. I've been to Whole Foods, and they have a I'm going to say a hot cold section, and in that section there is a lot of the foods that are in the book, and so it gave me the opportunity to taste some of the things that were a part of this diet, a part of this program, to see if I was even going to be able to do that, if these are going to be foods that taste well enough for me to want to eat them. Okay, because if I don't want to eat them, I'm not going to stick to it. I already know. So a lot of it was doable. I like vegetables. The only thing I had not really eaten was squash and zucchini. And so since then, I've tried them. They're fine. Or eggplant. That was another thing I hadn't tried. And so I've tried them now, and as they still are not my favorites, I can season them to where they're edible, where I feel like I will be able to eat them. So tomorrow's my official start day. I've been walking every other day now for the past week, and on those alternate days I'm doing Jane Fonda's workout. And so I have not gotten all the way through the video. And I remember when I used to work out with my mom, we used to do the whole video or the whole workout. And now I can barely get through the first, how many minutes is that? 18 minutes. And so it's sad, but I know that it's a process and I will get there. So tomorrow is day 1. And the menu for day 1 is, let's see, day 1 menu: breakfast, oatmeal with bananas and blueberries. Love oatmeals, love bananas, love blueberries. So that's great. And then lunch is quinoa, or I guess that's how you pronounce it, quinoa salad with lentils. And so there's a recipe for that. And then dinner is raw walnut tacos. So I've been to the store. I've gotten all of this stuff. We have quite a few places, options for me to shop. We have Whole Foods, which has a lot of the ingredients for these recipes. And what I've been doing, what I've done actually, I should say, is today I went out and I purchased everything that I was going to need for the first 2 weeks. So I have a lot, and then some of the stuff, as I went through, a lot of the seasonings are common throughout most of the recipes, so I got a lot of it, because that will make the following weeks or whatever, the following days, a lot easier to prepare. I just have to get a few things at that point. Most of it is seasoning, that I had to get a lot of. Cumin, coriander are not things that I typically have. Cumin, yeah, but coriander, no. Balsamic vinegar is not a big thing for me. But most of the stuff it had, and what I like about the book is that they give you a shopping list of everything you should have in your pantry to help you along with this process, because like I said, most of the recipes use the same ingredients, or the same seasonings, and it's pretty similar. Like most of them, just about everything uses cumin, coriander for lunch and the dinner meals. So that's a good thing. It makes it a lot easier for me to try a lot of these recipes. And if I don't like what I've made, then I can always choose a meal that I did like. Okay, and a lot, from my understanding, I've read a lot of the reviews on the book, and a lot of people are saying that it doesn't give a serving size. So from my understanding, the serving sizes are large. And so the beauty of cooking this for one person is, once I've prepared it, if I like it, then I'll save it. And for those days that there's something that I cook that I don't like, I will have a backup plan. So that works. I can save it for a couple of days if I don't like something that's coming up, or something that I've prepared, I don't like how it tastes, then I can always have an option. So I'm excited, and I'm ready to get started, and I will post some pictures of the ingredients, I should say not the ingredients, of the meals that I prepare, because I noticed in this book there's no photos of what the food should look like. So you kind of, like, for me, I'm a visual person. If something looks good, then I want to eat it. And this book does not have one single picture of what the ingredients look like, what the meals themselves after they're prepared, what they look like, which is strange to me. There's no pictures, and not that I'm slow and I need pictures, but it kind of gives you the incentive to want to eat that meal if you can see it. So my suggestion to them is to prepare these meals and at least take some reference photos of what they look like. It's just strange to me that they don't have any well, I mean, they have some pictures in the back of the book, but it's not all of them. And I think each meal should have a picture of the meal, so that it gets you in the mood to want to cook that thing, or make it look like, so you can strive to make your meal look that way. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'd like to see what it looks like. So that's it for now, YouTube, and I will see you tomorrow, where I will let you know how day one goes, or should I say a couple days? I don't know how often I'm going to do these videos. Whenever I get a chance, I'll do them. I'll try to do one a day, like near the end of the day, to see, to kind of keep progress on what I'm doing. And I will post some pictures of some of the meals, and then we'll go from there. Thanks a lot. Please subscribe, and we'll see how we do.